Morning everyone, week 7 update, Brian McManus Real Estate, we're really getting into 2025 at the moment. Going across, we're going to cover a couple of things, bit of housekeeping with the, I suppose it's just the humidity that we're finding across the state at the moment. A lot of rain and things like your bed bugs come back, and I suppose it's updating your spraying, your 12-month spraying, and I suppose it's a time for, in the hotels and motels, just updating any deferred maintenance inside your rooms. Obviously, if your buildings need up, you've deferred roofs and things like that, that's over to you. But I'm talking more about the customer experience. And we've seen a lot of price increases over the last 6 to 12 months, and you sit back a wee bit and going town to town, you're seeing quite a discrepancy in prices, and that's from cabins to motels, motels to hotel rooms. And when you step back or you experience it, as a lot of the tradies coming into these towns, they're seeing quite a discrepancy. So what services do you offer that validate your price increases? So, and it's the little things. It's nothing to do with massive investment. It's the little things. Your soaps, your shampoos, your towels. How old are your towels? How old are your pillows? How old are your doonas? So all these doona covers, when did you last replace those? And what I'm experiencing myself is that some of these pillowcases, doona covers, are over 12 months old. Some of the pillows have gone past their expiry. And I'm going to have a look. You wonder why they're so flat. Well, hey, they expired 12 months ago. When did you last replace all of your pillows? When did you last do a pest? Pest spray in all of your rooms, all of your cabins. When did you do your pest around, if you've got a caravan park, your ablution blocks? When did you last paint the roof in the ablution block? All these little things, if you've increased your price and you haven't spent money in your property, well, you wonder why your rooms are empty. You wonder why you went through a lull in January. Well, these tradies, and the bulk of our accommodation over the last 3 to 5 years even have been tradies. They vote with their feet. They tell their administrators, mate, if you want me to go out to XYZ town, put me in proper accommodation. Put me where they've got, at least a toaster and a jug and a microwave where I can, put together a meal or have a decent breakfast before I go to work. Have a look at your toasters. When did you last replace those? How are your mattresses? Are they all up to date? Could you replace one or two? So all these things are coming into the expenditure of the companies that are putting the tradies in. Is it a great experience? When the tradie comes in, reports in to get his key, is that a great experience? What do you give them? What can you tell them about your local town? Is trivia on a Tuesday night at one of the pubs? Because they work so hard, they're working for 12 hours. There's a motel that has one beer in the fridge for them for when they get back. Such a small thing to do. And yet time and time again, those tradies come back to that motel, and that motel is, you know, in the high 90s occupancy rate. For the cost, once a week a box of beer. 12, 16 rooms or whatever it is, that's in. They don't have to drink it, they don't have to be drinkers, but it's there. And it's not a 6-pack, it's just one beer, one medium strength beer. So what I'm saying is, this is a time, go through and have an honest look at every room. Have a look at your decor. Is it time to maybe, if you've got art, turn some art over? Spend a little bit of money. And believe me, you'll get it back. The customers will notice. And what we're seeing at the moment is customers coming back from Airbnbs. They're coming back to motels. They're coming back to hotels if you've got the product. So putting your prices up, all very well, putting your prices up and then being, you know, 20, 30% down on last year. Well, how do things look? You know, went into a place and a reasonably modern, but the shower door was skew with, you know, there'd been movement. But hey, you know, it's not a small thing to just go through your rooms and look at it from a customer's perspective. That's probably what I'm saying. Anyway, moving right along. So at the moment, those ones that are keeping their maintenance up to date are reaping the reward. Something that we do with all our inspections, all our customer service contracts. We go in and we're not there to pin, you know, to criticise. We're just going through and saying, hey, what about doing one thing this quarter? Replace your pillows. Maybe a doona and pillow set throughout. So they're the little things. And believe me, your extermination contracts every 12 months, they should be done. If you deferred them last year, get them done this year, because this weather, the humidity will keep them in the rooms and stuff. So you've got to get rid of that. What's happening in the market? Let's get to the market. Get to the hard thing. We've got, I'm looking here about 45, 66, over 60 appraisals already for this year. So that tells you we're going through a transition. That we've got people retiring, getting out after 20 years. These long-termers getting out, and we're not the only industry. We're finding in the farms as well that there hasn't been the people come through, say 10 years ago. So people have held off, and now they're retiring. But we don't have it's not as appealing as it once was. So we're finding that salaries, so a couple on reasonable salaries are earning more than they would running a 7-day-a-week business. So it is interesting. It's interesting who's buying out there at the moment. Top end, no trouble, because you've got self-managed super funds, you've got super funds, private equities, all buying into our industry at the moment because of the cash flow. That's great. Bottom end, that's a bit different. Young ones aren't seen running a pub 7 days a week unless it's really profitable. And if you've been taking money, I've been banging on about this for about 3 or 4 years. If you're taking money out and it's not, you're taking the cash out and you're not paying taxes on it, well, you can't factor it into your sale price. Just one of those things. But what do we want? So the market out there, we've got Sydney buyers. They want pubs, the back buying pubs. They want motels that are that can sustain a manager. So So you're looking probably about that threshold of 12 and up. Sustain the manager on site, and then it gives them a basic return. So yep, high demand. So we're looking at anywhere from 2 to 5 million up to the 60, 70, 80 million dollars. So high demand in that marketplace, and we're finding that, you know, bringing them to the market, sending them out to our database and our social media, and you're seeing it. I'm posting our reports, our Google reports. We're up 8.1 million views at the moment, and that's pretty good. We're sitting at February 2025. Hey, those reports don't lie. So it just tells you the amount of, 100,000 odd views over 2 days. Can't complain about that. So moving right along, we've got demand. We're doing lots of appraisals at the moment. Those will start to come in April, May. There's a bit of work to be done on a lot of those properties, just getting them ready for the market and opportunity. Still got some really good opportunity around the Inland Rail line from Wagga, really all the way north, up through Parks and so on. That Inland Rail line, there's going to be a lot of activity. Railway hubs bringing in new people. Part-timers will stay in our accommodation. So that's all looking pretty good. Lifestyle blocks, we're getting a little bit of movement out of Sydney at the moment, up to sort of 15 acres, maybe to 20. So just yeah, anything out there. They've got up to 5-10 million to spend. So anything in that 1 to 2 million, ideal if you've got a bit of land anywhere within about 4 or 5 hours of Sydney. Anywhere on the railway line's really, really good. So if you happen to be from Wagga to Sydney, give us a call. Let's get her on the market selling. We're listing our March auctions now, and by memory it's about the 28th. So last Friday, last week of every month, and just great stuff. Great marketing, good value. We've even got some of the resi stuff, campaign starting from $500. Not a lot of commitment to get a great result, and we're finding that at auction at the moment, especially the online bidders. Woo, they're right out of this world. Give us a call, Brian, 040-297-0217. Brian at brianmcmanusrealestate.com. Let's get your property on the market, get the marketing done. We do need those figures. If you're a motel, hotel, caravan park, we need those certified accounts for the last 3 years. We also need a contract from your solicitor, draft contract, because from day one we get requests wanting that contract so they can take it to their financiers and get finance so that they can bid unconditionally, 10% deposit, cash in 30 days. Thanks very much, and we'll talk to you soon. Give us a call. We're on the road always. Give us a call, give us an email. Do both and guarantee to get to you. We'll get that paperwork out to you so we can get that back and come out, do our videos, do our posts, and get you on the market. Love to hear from you. Sun shining, that's what we like to see. Temperatures down about 10 degrees, which is great. In the 20s, fantastic time of year. Talk to you soon.